Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner.
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is the Horror Miser Monty G.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Jen, and Velvet's with me.
Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show.
Grab some popcorn and take your seat at Trivial Theater.
Remember that horror rules! Ha 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 ha!
You are about to enter a corner of sight, of sound, and superstition. It lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. You are about to enter the Horror Corner. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Urshan. This week we're discussing the upcoming Horror Hangouts live stream, which will be taking place on Tuesday, January 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be talking all about the coveted, the classic, the great Twilight Zone, the original classic series created by Rod Serling himself. I think it's one of the greatest TV series of all time. It's definitely in my top 5, for sure. And I think it's the greatest anthology TV show of all time. I know that's saying a lot, but yeah, I mean, there's so many classic episodes that everybody knows and that everybody talks about, you know. But there's a lot of great hidden gems in there as well. And we're going to talk all about our favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone. Obviously, we're going to have different thoughts and different opinions and different favorites of this classic series. So it's going to be so great to talk about it, you know. We're also going to talk about a couple of different reboots of the series. We'll also talk about the movie, Twilight Zone, the movie back in the day, which I actually saw in theaters, I remember, way back. Great time, great flick, and yeah, there's been so many different iterations of the Twilight Zones over the year, you know. But no matter what, I think it's just a legendary series, and there's been so many great guests on this show, so many people that appeared on the show that became like huge celebrities, you know. You got, you know, Robert Redford was on it, you know, Donald Pleasance was on it once, Charles Bronson was on it, Elizabeth Montgomery was on it. So many great stars like Burgess Meredith, who was in several of them. William Shatner was in a couple of them. But yeah, great show, one of the greatest of all time, and I can't wait to discuss it with my fellow crew of the Horror Hangout, obviously. This one is going to be hosted by the Horror Miser Monty G. We'll be featuring myself, Jen, and Velvet from Jen's Reviews from the Grave, of course. Trivial Theater, who I know is a big fan of the Twilight Zone, as well as the Trash Picture Show. So don't miss it, Tuesday, January 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Horror Hangout live stream, and thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Urshan, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good evening, folks, and we got some brand new merchandise for you over at www.thehorrorcona.com, and that's CONA.com. Representing the Horror Corner. Great new design. We got the Morbid Hour live stream there. You got the Horror Hangout live stream there. And you got my nemesis, the Dark Fate. So grab your t-shirt over at www.thehorrorcona.com. And we also got this beautiful new mug. Look at that. Very, very cool. Thought that came out really nice. So grab your merchandise today over at www.thehorrorcona.com. Folks, don't forget to grab your Sean Patrick Urshan gear and represent the Horror Corner. Also, check out these awesome mugs we have, perfect for your coffee. And definitely check out the Horror Hangout live stream t-shirt and represent the legacy of the Horror Hangout. Check out the link in the description below this video.